Hello and welcome to the Swish Nomads. This is episode 30. Yes, we made it to Dirty 30. Thank you for joining us. My name is OG. I am going to be your host for this episode. And I'm joined by my wonderfully handsome and knowledgeable co-host, P Funk. How you doing?
We're here. Dirty 30. Let's go. Let's do it.
And the wonderful The Beard.
Hey there, I'm here with my pet duck,
Sure, that makes sense. Unfortunately, Zero for Everything, aka Jigo, could not make it today. He had a game, which he just told us, a few hours ago, right?
Yeah, by the way, I got a game. I can't go today. There's a quiz, after talking all that, but it's all good. Hey, send us some highlights. Let's see if you got some game.
I was ready to let him win today,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be a head-to-head today. They're very rare on the Swish Nomads podcast, but we shall see who will be king. And obviously, Cello is also not here. He dipped in to tell us he wasn't coming, and then dropped us some facts and then bounced. But to be fair, he is preparing for Women's Afrobasket, so I guess we can give him a little leeway there. All right. Let's get into the episode. We're going to start with the one and only hot topics this week given to you by the one and only P-Funk.
Hey, listen, hot topics, emphasis on hot. I'll start with the following. Breaking news. Onyeka Okonkwo from the Atlanta Hawks. He was the number 6 draft pick by the Hawks coming out of the University of Southern California. He played at Chino Hills with Melo, Lonzo, and Jello. So basically, homeboy saying that he wants to play for Nigeria. The rich get richer,
As he should.
Yeah, Niger. But listen, I'm like, hey, listen, Onyeka Okonkwo, Eve Missy, Lionel Messi, Angolan 5. I don't care who's coming. We about, we got home court.
Our Senegal home court don't mean, our Nigeria home court don't mean nothing. Okay.
Facts. No, but it's good that shows that, established NBA players are willing to come. I heard about Eve Missy. I want to see, I don't know if Koloko's going to come. I saw DRC that Kuminga's on the roster. So it's a good, it's a good look, showing we were talking off camera before that Afrobasket is only every 4 years now.
Right.
So, hey, listen, you better come because, we don't know what's going to happen 4 years from now. So
Facts.
if you
get your tickets.
Absolutely.
Speaking
of Afro.
And facts and your Stitch t-shirts. Thank you for the promo.
That's what's up. Speaking of Afrobasket, but now on the women's side, and staying with Niger, apparently the money's appeared. Some Naira's appeared.
We thank God. Thank God.
Someone went and they be like, listen,
we just started spraying.
Make it rain. And then allegedly they're gonna start training camp. The ladies are flying to Nigeria, and they're gonna go and try to, go for number 5. It's.
Sorry, can we just run that back? For those who don't know, we're recording on the 17th of July. The competition starts on, am I correct, the 26th?
Mm-hmm.
And we're starting training camp now. I love my people, but the level of faith we are giving is ourselves. Now we're just going to run training camp for 6 days?
No, but
and we're going to be fine.
It's kind of like the US used to do. Hey, you want to come? You want to play? Who's in? You want to come? Oh, let's go. Let's go win. So I think, but if the outcome is not as everyone expects, and then we can blame it on the fact that every year the same thing. Oh, lack of funds, this and that, and then miraculously some money appears. So God willing, there's gonna be a African style last minute. But hey, you guys your squad is so deep, so you guys are good.
Thank you.
And last but not least, go ahead.
No, that's the question. Does Nigeria need a training camp now? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think you do, because they don't play together. I think that we talk about this before about Nigeria brings big talent from different parts of the world, usually the USA, let's be honest.
True, true.
But those guys don't train, they don't play together every week. It's not like they're all on the same team in the same part of the United States. Amazing Amaya is in one place. This guy's in Metu's in another place. And then you're gonna come and tell them you've got 4 days to lock in, get it together,
Learn the
and then you guys
plays. Yeah,
learn the plays, and then everyone's gonna play.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is what worries me, because
yeah. True.
I understand natural talent is great, but I almost think you're taking the piss, because you're walking up and saying my natural talent is better than your 2 months of training camp.
Yeah,
And I
true,
don't think that's true, because
true.
everybody here is a professional.
Yeah, yeah.
The men or women, they are all professional athletes. They're all playing week in, week out. And if you take a team like Mali, who's been running camp for what, almost 2 months, even Uganda's been running camp for almost 2 months, Senegal now like maybe 6 weeks in, and you're telling me your natural talent is going to be locked in connection. I don't know. I can't see it.
Last but not least, from the hot topics, I'm staying home now. There was a big, 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 big. I mean, they say everybody at home was saying I started it, but I basically was like, hey, listen, is there a monkey on your jersey? When I fought, because I had a player and I was like, listen, is there a monkey? Oh yeah, there's a monkey. It's a Japanese brand, whatever. Well, Angola's celebrating 50 years of independence, anniversary of independence,
Nice.
and then we're gonna host the AfroBasket, and now
Amazing.
an Angolan brand called Fast Athletics, is Fast Sports,
Mhm.
is gonna be we're gonna be wearing Fast. It's
Amazing.
not gonna be Nike anymore. It's not gonna be this Yugosado, whatever the Japanese name was. It's not gonna be the Portuguese brand. The money's staying home.
That's what we like to see.
I
Africans
know.
supporting Africans. I
There you
love that.
go. There you go.
Congratulations.
Because I was
No,
talking,
that's amazing.
I was like, listen, we going to the World Cup, like that. Not only is it a monkey, but at least promote your own, promote an
Mm.
Angolan brand that can be like, because there were some Portuguese brands being worn by like other countries, and like all of a sudden you cannot do, support your own, your home country. So that's a good thing, luckily the federation came together, realized, hey, listen, this is, it is the I mean, they wouldn't go at home with the monkeys, man. I mean, and
Yeah.
now you can buy jerseys. That's a good thing. Another good thing is like
Nice.
you can
Yes.
go and buy the jerseys, and people are going to be
Yes.
decked out. They're not going to be wearing Giannis Antetokounmpo and LeBron James. It's going to
Nice.
be wearing their
Nice.
own thing. So these are the hot topics for today. Back to you, Kato.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to get straight into the question of the week. Um, some of you are going to be disappointed that I didn't follow on from Marcel's great episode last week, but some stuff happened this week that we need to discuss. And the question essentially is this: is African women's basketball being set up to fail? I say this because earlier in the month we discussed the under 19. It wasn't even earlier in the month. I think it was like an episode ago or 2 episodes ago. The under 19s Mali girls team not being able to participate in the FIBA under 19s World Cup due to the fact that their visas weren't accepted by Czech, and some of the information coming out is that the application was put in late by the federation or was filled in incorrectly by the federation, and that's why it wasn't accepted. On top of that, we heard this week, which has now been resolved, that the Nigerian women's team hadn't started training camp because the funds were not there. It just hadn't happened. Now, I guess why I'm asking is, in light of these two situations and other situations that we know when it comes to women's basketball specifically, is it that people do it to tick a box and say, like, okay, we're going to have a women's team, whether that's club basketball, youth basketball, or women's national team, but really they're not invested, which means they do a disservice to the players who are putting in, week out. One of the examples I think of is in Vild Makuru from Mozambique. She is a doctor, a qualified doctor. She saves lives. That's her job. Yet when you see on court, she could be in the double. She is that amazing, that brilliant, that talented. But what have the Mozambique Federation done to support her having a full-time career in basketball? And that's just one example. So I'm going to open it up to the floor first for you guys to let's explore First of all, what is the role of the federation when it comes to women's basketball? I'll start with you, the bid.
Oh, yeah. What's the role of federation in case of women's basketball? Uh, I'll take an example in the islands, Indian Ocean islands. When I look back on what I've seen till now, is that there seems to be only Madagascar promoting women's basketball. Okay,
Mm,
and the fact is, there's not nothing much to encourage young girls to come and play basketball.
mm,
And when you look at the bigger picture, it's it's like they're saying the girls, they're telling the girls that there's I'm saying it's like just let's be
mm,
clear on that. It's like there's no place for you, no future for you, apart from being a club coach
mm,
or club president, club chairperson, but they can't reach the club national level coach. No, there's not many teams in Africa that have
oh,
women's coach. If we accept Nigeria, Nigeria women's
mhm,
team, and then I'm not sure about the other teams. I won't be saying anything, but there's nothing that's telling the girls that the career path is
mm,
uh, is already laid, so that they can
mm,
follow the career path. It's the girls take on themselves to become coaches and 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 whatever we want after their career, but to start playing at the grassroots level, I have not seen many initiatives in the islands first
mhm,
about promoting women's basketball. They say that there are very, very timid uh, attempts at promoting, but it's not wide. It's not strong enough to encourage a girl. I mean, I have nieces, I have cousins who could have played basketball, but they don't know. They don't even know where to start, what to go to start playing, and
mm,
that's saddening for me if you ask me, because some people just want to play, but some girls I know want to play, but they don't know where to play. But let's take in the Mauritian case. We have 4, 5 basketball women's basketball clubs, and
okay.
there's one club that's been reigning for the past 10, 15 years. We've been winning everything: national league, national cup, national or whatever trophy they put it at stake. So this doesn't tally with the the growth of a game. People don't come and
Mm.
watch because they win by 104 to 25.
Eee. Yeah,
See,
that's not fun.
so
That's not fun.
here's how I see it.
And just P Funk, following off the back of that, yes, we know the federations have a part to play in ensuring that there's a career path for young girls and for women. But how much does culture play into the part of the lack of women playing basketball on the continent in general?
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's cultural in Africa because, like, I think the African continent is matriarchal, and then it's basically like family pressure. Why are you still playing basketball? When you gonna get a boyfriend? When you gonna get
Mm,
married? When you gonna have kids?
mm,
So, and that I see in a lot of cases, like some girls that were used to be killers, 15, 16, 19, they got 2 kids.
hmm,
At 19, they got 2 kids. So I would say I don't think it's the federation is not going to go and prevent this girl or the other girl, whatever, from instead of going to practice, daddy, I'm going to go to practice, and goes and see the boyfriend and this whatever, and then
mm,
we understand that the consequences are a lot harsher for a young girl, unwanted pregnancy, teen pregnancy is a reality.
yeah.
Is a reality, unless the girl is very, very um I would say I wasn't gonna be. Like, she's driven. She got to be driven because,
Driven.
yeah, because the in my opinion, I have daughters too. It's a lot harder to be a young lady in this world than to be a young man.
I
And
agree. I
in
definitely agree.
no, and it's true. In every aspect, the school, like at work and whatever. I'm not gonna even stop talking about the pay gap, whatever. But it
Mm,
is harder, and so sports is a microcosmos of society, of reality. So it's going to go translate to sports also. And then if and then we come from there are arranged marriages in our cultures. There
mm,
are. We can't pretend that it doesn't exist. So if your family said this girl is going to marry that guy at this age, and then she's off to a tournament in Bujumbura, she's the basket's going to stop bouncing. I've seen it. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm talking about. No, I've seen it. I've seen it.
mm.
So, um, much respect to the girls and women, young women or women that they follow basketball. I mean, some of them, hey, I want to be a mother, have a kid, they go back to play. You
Yeah.
know, but it's hard. It's hard. We know it's hard because first of all, I don't know if out of the 12, you mentioned it in Field, she's a
Mm.
doctor, so she doesn't make her money. Her She's not a professional basketball
Professional.
player,
Yeah.
because my understanding of professional is like if you make a living with that
I agree.
industry or with your profession, so if they don't, most of the Angola, I mean, out of the 12 out of the 12 girls that is going to end up playing for team A, B, or C, I don't think all of them are professionals, you know
Mm.
so you still have girls making like $100 a month. They're just playing for
Damn.
the love of the game.
That's
They
crazy.
playing for the love of the game. So it's the it's not even. The playing field is not even. You can't say, oh, I'll come. But that's why, like, when I see Mali winning, Nigeria winning, is hard. But listen, the Nigerians they're pros. Those girls are
Mm.
professional.
Yeah.
They go abroad. Angola has a couple of professionals. Obviously Italy Lucas, she plays all over. Now we have Sara
Mm.
Caetano. She plays in Portugal. We have some girls in the States. They're playing at a high level. It's still collegiate level, but they get NIL money. They're getting some money. But the majority of the girls, they don't make a living playing basketball. Unfortunately.
Mm.
You know, but
And
it's
I
the same
wondered.
sport.
Oh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
sorry. What I was going to say is, I wonder if that's why it can feel like a tick box exercise to federations. If a federation is considering exactly all the things you said about the cultural implications of what it is as a girl or a woman to play this game, why would a federation or even a government invest money into women's basketball when there's pressures at home that could change the outcome of that girl? So you've invested in a girls' school, and there's 20 girls who are at primary school level on their way up. And from that 20, maybe you end up with 4 or 5 who actually make it all the way through to 18, who are
Yeah.
not married, who are dedicated. Like you said, they're passionate. Maybe they've got family and friends who are pushing them to be successful. I would think as a federation or maybe as a government, you're thinking that's a waste of money and a waste of time.
But you know what? Like, I'm going to give Angola's case. Angola was team handball. We the equivalent, even better than the basketball counterparts, male counterparts. I think we won 13 handball championships, African handball championships. So these are women. These are women. It's so I think it has to do with the same way Mozambique, the women a lot more successful than the men in basketball.
Mm,
So Mozambican women's basketball is at a in here, and then the males are here. In
mm,
Angola is not the same. Like basketball, men's basketball is here, women's basketball. We won 2 Afro basketballs. We can't relate,
mm,
but team handball, women's and team handball is here, and men's team handball is there. So it's a question of, I think, is like the government's going to invest. It's a success basis, meritocracy.
mm.
You know.
Jonathan?
Yeah, exactly what Pifan just said. Because uh, I've seen cases, I know cases where the government said, okay, if a certain example, just to be clear, mm, uh, 6 years ago we hosted the Indian Ocean Island Games, okay, and
Mhm,
that's like a mini Olympics for Indian Ocean zone. And at some point, the government called every federation, and they called the basketball federation. And the sports officer, he asked one simple question: you have two teams, you're entering two teams. Which one
mhm,
is more likely to win a medal? They're not they were not talking about gold medal; they were talking about a medal. So being on the
mhm.
podium. And the president at the time said the women's team is more likely to gather this to climb on the podium. Okay, and he said, okay, if that's the case, we'll invest more into the women's
Interesting.
basketball. Okay, and the men's team behind, let's just say that the last medal goes back to uh 1990s, as far as I
Mm,
can remember. And it's been a case of, you know, each time starting over, we need another coach, we need, but the fact that the difference in the treatment of each team is, you feel it, you can see
mm,
it. You can see that how the girls are feeling much more confident in throwing the court, and the boys,
mm,
the men, they are just a bit, let's say, mm, more shy in the game. Uh, you see that. But if what's the when I think about the question you ask, is it set up to fail? I
mm,
feel that there's something we should ask ourselves. Why can't the federations bank on their successes? They build up on
mm.
these successes and sign sponsors and sign contracts with sponsors, big companies, so that they don't find themselves in situations like what Nigeria just leave. And
I think
we have no
I
money. They had no money at some point, and then
mm,
someone said that money was coming in. So if if a federation was uh, uh, thinking ahead, they would have signed some deals with. I mean,
mm,
that could be a strategy. They could have signed some deals so that the sponsors are all endorsing, are all taking the financial burden of training camps and all that. So the answer could be yes. Maybe it's being set up to fail. If
mm,
only if the federation does not foresee the future. Because don't tell me if the president of Nigerian Federation, he goes knocking on doors and says my team is four times AfroBasket champions. Don't tell me you can't grab a sponsor from that.
it's
you,
true. It's
you
true.
can't. It's so easy to grab a sponsor from that. So that's the problem of the federation. They didn't plan ahead. They knew the AfroBasket was coming, and they've
Hmm.
been waiting for the government to give money. Now, knowing how it's about in Africa, they found themselves in a situation, and hopefully, thankfully, someone stepped in at the last minute. But the answer, I maintain my point. The answer is yes. It's being set up to fail at some point. Women's
Mm.
basketball is set up to fail because there's little planning. I won't say there's no planning. There's very little planning in the system.
And I think what backs up what you're saying also, and this is a Nigeria specific case, but I think we can widen that out to other African countries, is the Nigerian Women's League was only going to run for 3 weeks in a whole year. And if you think about the women who will play in the Nigerian national team, not one of them is going to play, is going to be from that league. So, in the terms of thinking ahead, like you said, and thinking for the future, how are you growing local talent if you don't even have a league to showcase the local talent? And I'm sure that that's not a Nigeria specific issue. I'm sure when it comes to women's basketball, we can see cases of that in other places. But if you don't start with the grassroots, you cannot create your next under 16 stars, your next under 18 stars, your next under 19s, and then your women's team. How you're then relying on other countries to grow and develop your talent. And then when you are ready, you call up the parent or guardian of this person, or you expect them to be like, oh, you've got a passport from this country. Whether you were born there or not is irrelevant. A parent of yours is from this place, so you should come and represent us. And I think, just thinking back to what you said in Hot Topics, one of the reasons why we're having so many NBA, WNBA players come and play for African teams is because they're realizing if they wait for Team USA to call them up, it's not going to happen. There's too many American stars to think that you're going to be on that top 100 list. So now you're seeing a lot more, I would say, African Americans tracing their roots and saying, I'm going to come back and play for wherever my parents were from. Or if their parents were also African American, maybe tracing a little bit further back and saying where my grandparents are from, or finding a link. Or in some cases, some of them are going to Europe and they're being paid to get naturalized and become naturalized players. Because at the end of it, if we're all very honest, if you're an athlete, you're competitive. You want to win. All of us play a game to win. We like competing. So if you know that you're at the top of your game and you know the next level of the top of your game is playing at a World Cup, playing at a Continental, playing at an Olympics, and you can't do that, the next best thing is to find a team. But that means then federations will continue to not invest in women's sports. And then I agree with Jonathan. There being those women who are at the grassroots are being set up to fail. Final word from you, P Funk.
You mentioned that Nigerian league was like 3 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then, of course, if you guys want to win, you got to go and tap into the diaspora and then bring them, and then, oh, do they represent us? Are they American? We, luckily, my country's doesn't suffer from, at least in basketball. We have a league. We have, a couple of teams that, girls can make a living, not 100% be millionaires, but they can, Inter, Luanda, 1 de Agosto, girls get paid, and but then the rest of them are kind of like semi-pro, and some are just amateurs,
Okay.
But I'm convinced that it's part of our DNA, like basketball, both men and women. It's part of the Angolan DNA, and the league is. Come on, we get imports. We get like those Mozambican players that go. Ingfield goes, Lenadonga goes, and Tamara Seda goes to Angola and plays.
Mm.
And the opposite. Only one girl went to Mozambique. Cristina Matikit, she played in Mozambique.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, hey, let's start cooperating more with fellow African countries, and then we can have this exchange. Hey, you come and play for our league. Once your playoffs start, our girls are going to go over there. So it's but I think it's like, listen, set up to fail, it depends, because with 54 countries, 54 different stories.
That's
you
true.
know we're so diverse. Like some countries, they don't even think about basketball in general, let alone women's basketball. So but the ones that do, like the countries up north, I think like I don't know about the Rwandan female league. I don't know how it is, but like,
It's really well set up, by the way. Like
yeah,
they
is it
are, yeah, the things in Rwanda that they're doing, I feel like should be the blueprint for a lot of leagues who are starting,
okay?
because they started from somewhere and now they've built up to where they are now, and they can
Okay,
only improve. You know what I'm saying?
I know the men. I know more about men's basketball. Women's, I mean, I know that the national team gets some traction, but I don't
Yeah,
know about, because there's some teams that like you mentioned, Nigeria. Nigeria national team level is amazing, but we don't know about teams, club teams,
exactly.
So I would say let's give it, like, now with the it's AWBL, right? That's
The
the
WBLA is the
yeah, but
new
it's
brand.
yeah, okay, WBL,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think we're gonna have more and more. But I just don't. I hope they don't come with this. Oh, let's bring some former WNBA players just to win it all, and then the local players sit on the bench and clap. Let's.
I mean, they tried that. 2000 and what were we 2005? So it's 2003. Or yes, they tried that. It was Reg, I believe, brought two
Yeah, that was
WNBA
last year.
players.
That was
No, it
last
was
year.
the year before.
The year
It
before
was the year before.
23.
It was
Yeah, yeah,
23. It was the year before.
yeah. That lady.
They
Yeah, yeah,
brought
yeah. I see.
I forget her name now. They brought the two and they were amazing. They were amazing. Then they come up against KPA, shut them down.
Yeah,
And
true,
it just proves like it doesn't matter. Like WNBA, NBA, that doesn't matter if a team have been playing together for a
true,
very long time and they're very well coached.
true.
Because club level and national level are not the same. You're talking about a team that's had a long stretch. They've been
Yeah,
doing this. So it didn't, and then they come up against Egypt, an Egyptian team who have been out here just winning, and then they thought they were going to do something, and they couldn't. So I'm
yeah.
not worried about the WNBA infiltrating WBLA at all. So okay, final word. Uh, is women's African basketball set up to fail? Yes or no? Uh, P Funk.
I would say I would like I would be politically correct and say yes in some countries, no in other countries because their success stories unless I'm proven wrong. But I would just say 60-40.
64.
Yeah.
64 to yes.
60 for yes, 40 for no. Yeah.
Okay. And the bid?
I'm on a 50-50 run.
Really?
Because like Prefect said, there are some countries where it's blossoming. It's blooming. You see, okay, let's just say, face it, Nigeria, uh, Cameroon, Senegal, and so there are some countries where women's basketball is a thing. Uh,
Mhm.
sorry, but there are some countries where it's not. I mean, you can have the Mauritian example. I'll always cite that because that's my reality. I've been
Yeah.
covering local league. I've been going to games on Sundays, and then it was like that team wants 125 to 20. Come on, and the team said, "Yeah, we're so good at it." No, you're not good. You just had someone who wasn't ready to play you. Okay, so yeah, it's a 50-50 run.
I think for me, I would say yes more than no. Because although I agree some countries are doing a lot of work, if I mean Afrobasket is a really good test of you can see which countries are doing the work and which countries are not doing the work. That's not the right way of saying it, but are maybe not as successful as others. And then you can see, unfortunately, the countries that are taking shortcuts because if we're being honest, Nigeria is taking a shortcut. Training camp 7 days before a competition, that's a shortcut. Let's be clear. And the fact is, these women are going to
That's
come in and they're going to slap everybody in the face because they're that good. But Nigeria didn't train them to be that good. Somebody else did.
that's
So
not a
how
shortcut.
how is that an investment? It's a tick box. To me, that's a tick box. That's like the Nigerian Federation ticking and saying, we did women's basketball. Yes. And unfortunately, not even unfortunately, fortunately, it works because they've got what 5 trophies to show for it. So they're not, as far as they're concerned, they're not doing anything wrong because they're winning and they're going to keep winning until somebody is able to stop them. So there we go.
That's
Uh,
not a shortcut.
just
That's not a
you don't
shortcut.
think it's a shortcut?
That's a wormhole. You come from here, you get out of there. Okay, bye. Bye.
All right. In saying all of that, I still want Nigeria to win. I want to make that very clear. Like I'm just yeah, just in case anyone was confused. All right, let's move on to the next section, which is the section I really love. It's called Hidden Hoops, and this episode, Hidden Hoops is going to be on Benin because I wanted to learn about it from the experts. So, to take us through the past, it's the one and only basketball guide himself. The beard is going to tell us about Benin's past in basketball.
So thank you for the the opportunity to talk about Benin basketball and what I personally didn't know much about this country and the history about basketball. So what I saw is that they joined FIBA in 1962. So what I've seen is that they had the best performance at the 1974 FIBA Africa Championship when they finished in the top 10. So they that's it. They haven't been to the Olympics. They haven't been to the World Cup. Uh, Last time I heard about Benin was in 2022 when their under 18 squad was in Madagascar. Uh, they had some good games. Robin last week they finished with a 0-6 strike, but they had some good games. They showed some interesting moves and all that. But yeah, it's too bad they fell short against Mali, against Madagascar, and all that. But at the time, I talked to the head coach, who was a lady. Shout out to Lamatu Tegbe because she's a very nice lady, and she at the time she was the uh, national technical director, uh, and she said that they wanted to use this under 18 platform to build up and try to come back to the African scene. But unfortunately, I haven't seen them around mm, since. But what what I've learned too during my investigation is that they have three under 18 AfroBasket appearances. They in 2014 they finished eighth. In 2016 they finished 11, and then they finished eighth in 2022. So yeah, they've been regulars at some point. So two straight appearances, but then they disappeared, and I don't know why. Their under 18 women's national team has two uh, AfroBasket appearances. So in 2006 they've been fourth. So that was something. That was quite something, finishing fourth. Uh, I just tell you, behind. Yeah, we finished fourth behind DR Congo and ahead of Angola, if I'm not, according to what I'm seeing here. So, no, sorry, it's not directed at PFAC. Huh? No, nothing, nothing
It's
wrong.
not, but you felt it. It's not, but you felt it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. So what again? Did I see again? And so that's all I could find from Benin. They've been
Okay.
present in the BA Road to BAL
Hmm.
lately, and their league. They have just become professional basketball players in 2020, and because the government decided to inject money in
Mm,
basketball, and they 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 they, they turned professional. So that was
nice.
that was one of the best moves the government ever did there. It
Nice.
was the article is right in front of me actually, so I know where to find my sources. Yeah, it was. I tell you, it was in September 2020, but till
Nice.
now I don't know if it's still underway. But yeah, that was a move back then, and so here we go.
Nice. Thank you so much. P Funk is going to tell us a little bit more about the present and then take us to the future.
Listen, I'm gonna be completely. I was oblivious to Benin. I had to do a lot of research because I thought it was such a small country, but they got 14 million people.
That's a
They're
lot of
not.
people.
Yeah, they're not that. But what's surprising is they're number one in Africa in three on three.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Number one in Africa, and then guess what? 27th in the world. So they
Damn.
got the ballers, Once they
Mm,
once they translate it into 5 on 5 or 5 on 5 setting, I mean they
mm.
can, I don't know, because to me 3 on 3 it's a different sport. It's
Yeah.
basketball, but 3 on 3 is one thing. 5 on 5, you can play both, but you got to take that 3 on 3 chip, put the put the 5 on 5 SIM card, and do a little reboot. But one of the things like that Jonathan mentioned is like the Benin League. They increased now. There was 8 teams. Now they increased to 12, and then
Nice.
let's see, because I don't know much about. I try to go to Africa Basket, Eurobasket, and click on Africa and see. It's not updated, but
Okay.
they have a superstar. Those kids, they got a superstar. His name is Tunde Yesufu. He
Okay.
was a McDonald's All American.
Damn.
He won the dunk contest of the
Okay.
McDonald's All American, and he will be attending Baylor this year. So,
Oh.
yeah. So, check this out. The last high flyer that attended Baylor was drafted number 3. Was this guy, this kid from what's the guy's name? VJ Edgecombe, the guy from
Okay.
the Bahamas. Yeah.
Nice.
So we
Okay.
might see Beninoise, I don't think that's how you call it, in the NBA next year. If
That
everything
would be
goes according,
so
yeah,
nice.
because and then that's it won't be the first NBA player of Beninoise descent, because Ian
Okay.
Mahimi, he's one of those the biggest. I think he's a BAL investor. He's always there,
Hmm.
and like he does, like he has his foundation. It's called I Am Foundation, and this
Hmm.
foundation they host camps in Benin. What they do now with the BAL, he's trying to be like, oh, he's French. He played for the French national team. He won championships with the San Antonio Spurs, but he never neglected his Benin, descent. So he's embracing, just like Joachim Noah is embracing Cameroon. He's doing the
Mm.
same with Benin. So he might bring some more tundes to this world. They've discovered by through this little through the camps that he hosts, and then hopefully in a couple of years we're gonna have more people around Tunde, because what happens, like, okay, he's 6'11", was 6'11", they need big people, because the 3 on 3, I saw that it's mostly guards and wings. So
Yeah.
once if they in order for you to translate and do something in the African continent, you need bigs. That's the thing. You can't win in Africa without bigs. It's
Facts.
yeah, you can't. So that's what I mean. Hopefully, shout out to Benin. I will try to educate myself even more. Please follow Tunde Baylor. He's gonna
Mhm.
be. He reminds me of Anthony Edwards. The same body,
Oh, really?
like 6'4", 6'5".
It's gonna
Jumps
be
out
a
of the gym.
beast.
Yeah. So hopefully he's gonna have a great year, one and done, and we see him at the NBA Summer League next year. Okay, so
I love to see my people win. So let's go.
that's what
Let's
it is.
go.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully you guys have learned a little bit more about Benin basketball. I've learned something, and you were paying attention because today's quiz is all about Benin basketball.
Mhm.
And we're gonna go straight into the quiz
No,
now. Episode 30.
Speaking of
no.
the quiz,
Okay, let's
I
go.
mean,
Let's get it out there.
For everything should be here, but he has a game. So okay, so I'm gonna go against the quiz master. Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
We're having a head-to-head today. They happen rarely, but it's happening. Uh, uh, have you got your pens and papers? Okay, I see. Oh, he's got a brand new pen, fresh thing, fresh out of the box. Damn. Jonathan said, "I'm taking prisoners today." I've prepared 7 questions just in case. Well, I thought we might have some type of tie break situation, but I guess we won't. So we'll go to 5 and see where we're at with that. Let me put J for Jonathan and P for Pedro. Question number 1.
Wait,
Pedro's
wait, wait,
laughing.
wait, wait, wait.
Oh,
Wait, wait,
sorry.
wait, wait. I'm
Sorry, he's
getting
got to
ready.
get his notepad out. Yeah, sorry. I apologize. Those of you who are playing at home, we know you play along with the quiz. Get your pen and paper ready. Do not cheat. Okay. I will be very strict with time today. All right, here we go.
Please
Go-
see your life.
I'm in charge now. I'm the captain now. Okay, let's go. Question number 1. When did Benin's men's national team join FIBA? When did
Oh,
Benin's men's
oh,
national
look.
team
Jonathan said
join
it.
FIBA? Jonathan did say it, and I
I
was
know.
wondering if he looked at my quiz questions
Oh,
because he said a lot of things that are going to come up in this quiz.
okay. I remember something, but okay, I'm
Well,
done.
I'll give you a clue. 1960s.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. 5, 4, 3. I can't even count. 2, 1. We got 1968. I see from Pedro. And the correct answer is 1962. So that's 1 for Jonathan. It's fair. It's okay.
So it starts.
Why is he laughing?
So it
Que-
starts.
Question number 2. How many times have Benin's under 18s
Oh,
boys team competed in the FIBA under 18s Afrobasket? How
Jonathan
many?
said it
Yeah.
already. Okay,
I-
okay. I'm just gonna put it
wait.
already because he said
So,
it.
okay, yes. The answer is both of you should get it right. 3, correct. You both get a point there.
Okay.
For those who missed it, the years are 2014, 2016, and
22, right?
2022.
Yeah.
You
Question
can't say the
number.
FIBA connection.
No, yeah, he just, yeah. What was Benin's final position, final position at the 1974 Afro Basket? What was Benin's final position at the 1974 Afro Basket?
Oh my God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 4th and 10th. Incorrect. The answer is 9th.
So I'm closer.
Yeah, but you didn't say it.
I'm closer. So no. Of course it's I'm closer. I'm like I get a
Jonathan,
point.
Jonathan put a 9. That's how you do it, Jonathan. Pedro, you know what? I am going to give you that one because that was actually, I was very impressed that you were close. They finished in the preliminary round.
So we
Okay,
got 2-2. Okay, let's go
2-2.
against the quiz master. Let's go.
Question number 4. No, 3, sorry.
Yeah. Four.
Which 2 clubs? No, it's 4,
Yeah.
right?
4.
Yeah, sorry, 4. Which 2 clubs from Benin have played in the FIBA Africa Road to BAL? I will give you a point for each name. Which 2 clubs have played in the FIBA Road to BAL?
I
One
don't know.
clue is
Okay.
one of them starts with an E and the other one starts with an A. They did not play in the same year. Okay, and Jonathan has the correct answer.
Yeah.
Ilan Cotton and ASPAC BC, which is ASPAC space BC.
Oh
Jonathan
Lord.
gets
Okay.
2 points.
3.
How do you
So
do
this.
that?
So the current score,
So wait. This is last question, right?
last question, the
Okay.
current score is 4-2. The last question is worth 3 points. So
Hey,
if you get it right, P Funk, you could win the whole thing.
Dun, dun,
Which
dun, dun.
which Oh, no, I'll give you this one. In May 2023, the Benin Basketball Super League received a government not even subsidy of how much in French CFA? Or
How would
I
I
will
know?
take the equivalent in USD. I'm going to
no.
take the closest answer will get the points.
Well, how
The
would I
closest
know?
answer.
They got a
What I will
bag.
tell I'll tell you
Oh,
is in USD, it's
A
3
lot of money.
digits and then 3 more digits. In CFA, it is
9 digits or whatever.
it's 9 digits because that's how you
Okay, so it's
So I'll take the answer in either USD or CFA, and the person who has the closest, I'll also say in CFA it's a round number. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see your answers. This will be an interesting
I
one,
put
guys.
9 million
In
US.
CFA?
Yeah, no,
Wait, are you saying
no, 9 million
Be-
CFA.
yeah,
I
okay,
didn't put
fine.
anything. I didn't put anything. Yeah, but 9
Okay,
million CFA. I didn't put anything.
okay.
Says
And
round.
Jonathan, 12 million CFA. Both of you are wildly incorrect, but unfortunately, Jonathan is closer. The actual answer was 100 million CFA, which equivalents to 323,000 US dollars, was how much the government put in to Benin basketball.
The streak continues.
And so Jonathan, with a whopping 7 points
To 2. Oh my God. It was
to
a massacre.
2, is the quiz master of episode 30. Congratulations. I'll let you make your speech now.
Today I was ready to let Jigo win, but being upset, he did not come, so I had to keep a streak. Next time, if I'm in the mood, I'm gonna let him win. We'll see.
I vote for Jigo to never win this quiz.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
go for 100 episodes. He just
Yeah.
can't. We just can't.
We're going to
Guys,
tag
this is
team
a
against
pact.
him.
We
Tag
have
team
to tag
against
team.
him.
He
Yeah.
can't win.
Yeah.
He started something. We have to let it go. We have to let it run. I
Hope for
will not
everything.
give his 15,000 fans the satisfaction of letting him win an episode.
Oh, he started something. Okay, next time. No. There's a French expression that says, "Pas de pitié pour les cadors boiteux."
Pas de pitié.
No
Okay.
pity for the lame ducks.
And what's jokes is Jonathan has a duck.
Yeah, I have two.
You've got 2 ducks. Aww.
Yeah, and I want a pet duck.
You
Oh,
want
for real?
Yeah.
Yo, yo, that's an island stuff, man. That's island.
That's some island.
It's
That's
too
some island
islandish.
thing. Yeah, that's
Islandish,
way
man.
too islandish for us. And on that, the final thought. So Jigo is supposed to do the final thought because he is hosting the next episode 31. But because conveniently he's not here, I'm gonna leave you with this.
Lame.
How many points do you think Jigo scored in the game that he played today?
3.
Let us know in the comments. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe Swish Nomads on IG, Facebook, X, YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify. Thank you so much for joining us this week. I've been OG with Pedro and with Jonathan. We will see you next week. Keep on swishing, guys.